programs have a partnership with certain social work programs that will pay up to 100% of your tuition. Okay. Hey you all, welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm Don, and today's video is for all of those who are recent grads or you're getting ready to graduate and you are wondering what's next. You are contemplating social work. You're wanting to figure out whether or not you should pursue your Master of Social Work, whether or not you should be in the social service profession. Well, look no further. I have compiled a list of careers and jobs to consider before pursuing your Master of Social Work. Before we get started, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and be sure to click on that notification button so you can be notified of when I post videos. You should know that I make content around mental health, academic career, advising and career counseling, as well as lifestyle. So I am looking forward to sharing so many videos with you all, but you have to subscribe and you have to be notified so you can be up to date with the videos. Also, kudos to us. We have made it to 2,000 community members as of August the 5th, 2022. So happy about that. So grateful. So glad that you all are part of the family. And this is something that I want to celebrate. So I am creating a giveaway. So you also don't want to miss that. One thing you want to do is pay attention to the community tab. I will be making an announcement on my community tab on Monday about that giveaway. So if you are, again, if you are not following me on my community tab, you're not following me on my YouTube, and you don't have your notification turned on, be sure to turn it on because I am going to put together a great giveaway prize and you don't want to miss it. So the first position I recommend applying for is either like a social work assistant position or a social service assistant position. These positions are really going to allow you to receive direct supervision from a master's level social worker. They may or may not have their clinical license, but you're going to be helping them with their case management. You're going to be helping them with the ins and outs of patient care and patient management. So be sure to apply for those. Those are relatively easy positions to obtain. You only need your bachelor's and in some cases only your associate. So definitely give that a try if that's something you have not thought about. Right. Playing off of that, the second one, which is the bread and butter of social work, is going to be a case manager. You do not need your Master of Social Work to be a case manager. There are many organizations that use this title to promote and to fulfill their case management needs. Case management basically means overseeing a caseload of people, and a caseload of people is just you have a number of clients is often what we refer them to. If you're in a residential facility, you may call them residents, but these individuals are going to be folks that you can learn more about, and you're going to be identifying resources and different ways to help them achieve their goals, to help them receive their basic needs, and more. The next one is a probation officer. That's basically the same thing, except you are specifically working with formerly incarcerated individuals or those who were given a second chance, or perhaps those who may be on probation for whatever reason. And so you are working with the justice system or the corrections center and system. So you're going to be working with those individuals to achieve specific benchmarks, that's been established by a judge. So you're making sure that they are adhering to everything. You're making sure they have the resources and things. You're checking in with them. You're providing that emotional and social support. You are not providing psychotherapy, but you are a therapeutic resource for them. Again, that position often requires a bachelor's. Some are accepting people with masters. A lot of individuals with a background in criminal justice as their undergraduate major or minor or certificate will pursue this, but often anyone with that background and anyone who's taken social service courses or some courses in the humanities will be eligible for that position. So the next one is a behavioral health technician and or a mental health technician. These are basically individuals who are providing services in a long-term facility for individuals who are negatively impacted by psychiatric conditions. These individuals usually have severe mental illness, such as major depressive disorder with kenotic features and anhedonia, or individuals with psychotic disorders, as well as individuals with other severe mental illness that may not be easily controlled, which could include things like disruptive and conduct disorders and or personality disorders. Similarly, you could become a psychiatric medical scribe. Typically, you hear about pre-med students becoming a scribe before matriculating to medical school, but becoming a psychiatric medical scribe could be good for you to learn more about the mental health care industry, to learn more about the different roles, because there's more than just psychotherapy. You have psychiatry, you have psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, you have psychiatric nurse. You have so many different things that you can do to help the mental health population. You have music therapy, you have art therapy. There are so many different therapies that you can pursue. So I think, but again, shadowing and being a medical scribe, which is basically you documenting the encounter between the psychiatrist or medical prescriber and the patient, will give you the opportunity to learn more about mental disorders and to learn how it impacts individuals. And you can really see it play out in real life to learn more about whether or not you want to provide direct care to individuals impacted by mental illness. The next one is a CNA, but a CNA at a psychiatric facility. So this wouldn't require you to go to school for a long period of time. You would, in some states, have to receive a certification to be a certified nursing assistant to be able to provide service to those individuals that may be on a psychiatric ward or at a long-term facility where they are recovering, or maybe have transitioned to living to full-time, just based on the fact that they are no longer able to live independently and their caregivers are no longer able to care for them in the home. The next one is a bit controversial, and I'm not sure how long this will remain, but at this time, if you have your bachelor's in psychology or a related field with demonstrated interest in mental health, you can become a crisis counselor. Now, crisis counseling is very intense, and I'm not sure how long it will only require a bachelor's with no licensure requirements and things of that nature, but you are supervised by licensed mental health professionals. But this is something that you can do, and depending on the area, you can make a lot of money. I have a friend who is doing this and he makes a lot of money. We almost, like, he's close to making as much as I do, so that's a little scary, but he works so hard and so diligent, and they receive a lot of different training. So but you're working with individuals who are at a high stress level. So the stakes are high, there's acute stress. And so if that's your jam, you do well in high pressure situations, then you may want to consider becoming a crisis counselor. The next three I'm going to kind of lump into one, but you can join a volunteer organization. So you can do something within AmeriCorps or Teach for America or the Peace Corps. I recommend these, especially particularly the Peace Corps, because it will allow you to have a global perspective in mental health, and it could really set you up nicely for a dual degree program in social work and public health if you decide to pursue and advance your education. It also just makes you more competitive for admissions, and also all of these programs offer scholarships as you're applying. And some programs, some MSW programs have a partnership with certain programs that will pay up to 100% of your tuition. We're almost done here. The next one is going to be student affairs. Now, I love student affairs. I contemplate student affairs so much because and I already do it in my consulting. So if you are interested in working with me, definitely check out the link in the description box below. I'd be more than happy to work with you. I provide services like academic advising, career counseling, test preparation, salary negotiation. There are so many different things that I am able to help you with: resume review, cover letter review, creating a teaching philosophy, all of these different things that your alma mater may not offer, or your career service department may be too busy to provide that one-on-one customized service to. But I digress. Student affairs is a fancy term for basically saying a non-faculty member at a university. So this could be like residential life, new student programs, mental health counseling. There are so many different things. If you don't know, I used to direct a university counseling center. So there's a lot of different things that you can do on a campus. And the nice part is most of them only require a bachelor's degree. Now that said, this is a legit profession and there are many master's degrees in student affairs. Two more to go. The second to last one is a child welfare specialist. Now, this is the stereotype of social work, taking people's babies away, which is not really what you are doing. As a child welfare specialist, you are really advocating and ensuring the protection of a child in the home, and that sometimes may involve investigating. You are working with the family to see how can you better their living situation, how can you connect them to resources. If a child has been removed from the home, oftentimes a child welfare specialist will connect with the child and the family and try to work with the family, the parents, for reunification, which is always the goal. You only need a bachelor's for this. I am not sure how much longer that will be. The state may require a different requirement. They may require you have your master's, but there's a lot of places that only require you to have your bachelor's degree. And the last one is going to be a social service director. So this could be working in a nursing home or something like that. It could, I wouldn't say a hospice agency, but I would say like your skilled nursing facilities. I'd say assisted living facilities, independent living facilities. These type of things will allow you to work with patients and their families, residents and their families, and you really are overseeing their psychosocial needs. You're kind of serving as a liaison between the patient and other services that they may or may not require. An honorable mention that I'm going to say for this list is also going to be an adoption specialist. So working with individuals who are seeking to adopt a child. This is so important, and I think that it is under discussed, but there's so much that you have to undergo become a to become eligible to either foster a child or to adopt a child. And so this is really an important field of social work, and it's a nice way to determine whether or not it's something that you want to do, whether or not it's something you want to get involved in. So that wraps up this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section below, what is one thing that you'd like to do to determine whether or not social work is for you? Is it interning? Is it applying for one of these positions? Another position I didn't mention that I think is worth mentioning is working as a research assistant or becoming a research coordinator. We don't often think about social workers in retail coordinator positions, but it was actually my work as an intern in a neuro-oncology lab that exposed me to oncology social work, and it really shifted paths for me at that time to pursue medical social work versus a career in medicine. So that wraps up this video. I thank you all so much for watching, and if you are in the process of applying for these positions, or you need help with your application process, or you're preparing for your interview, or you received an offer and you don't like the salary that they offered and you need help just asking for a little bit more or a lot more, or help with really identifying what's the best position for you given your needs and your interests, be sure to visit the link in the description box where you can book an appointment with me. I will say that this is the last month where my services will be $100. I am increasing my price to $200, just given the base of my knowledge, given the base of the behind the scenes work that goes into preparing for things. If you are not sure or you just want to learn more about my services prior to booking an appointment, you can always email me at donzolampkins@gmail.com. But if you know you want to work with me, click the link in the description box. Catch the sale while you can, because at the end of this month, it is going up and it will not return to these prices unless I'm having like a holiday sale or something like that. Thanks so much for watching, and until I see you next time, be you.